Today we're going to be learning how to transfer an image from something that you've printed out to a block for carving, for block printing. And everything that you need, you're going to need a block for actually doing the carving and transferring onto. This is a rubber Speedball Speedy Carve block, but this will work on many similar surfaces. You'll need an image for transferring. It should be printed out from a laser printer that prints with toner. You'll want to have something in order to absorb your acetone. You'll need 100% acetone like this one. This is a professional grade nail polish remover, but you can find something like this at lots of drugstores or places that are similar. You'll want to have some gloves and then a little bit of tape to keep your image still on your block. So to get started, you're going to want to wear at least a glove on the hand where you're going to be handling the acetone. And you're going to take your image and turn it image side down onto your block. And then once you've got that sort of in a position where it's not going to be going over the sides, you can take a little piece of your tape, and you really just need a little tiny piece. And I'm going to put a little bit over the very top of my image, just to keep it from sliding around, and I'm not covering any of the inked area underneath, just the plain white space right there. So then I can take my little piece of paper towel. You can also just use cotton balls if that's what you have. Just a little bit onto your surface. You're going to need to reload afterwards once it dries a little bit. Hold down your image and then take this soaked paper towel or cotton ball and run it over the back of your image, and you will notice that it goes fairly transparent once you do this. And you're just going to want to go over the whole thing until the whole thing has become transparent. Make sure that you don't miss any places. I give it a pretty good once over and then maybe a twice over, just to make sure that everything comes off. If you feel like you haven't gotten enough, then you can reload your little either paper towel or cotton ball again with some more, and just make sure that you dab over the whole thing with a healthy enough amount. You don't need to go crazy because the acetone will actually dissolve this rubber block if you go, completely nuts with it, but there's no need to really do that. A fair amount is all that's needed, and you can check how you're doing if you just lift up a little bit, and it looks like I'm doing pretty well, so I think that I'm just going to go ahead and lift the whole thing off. So you take that and then peel it, and then the toner from your image will have transferred onto the block. The acetone basically lifts it off the paper, and that will transfer it onto the surface, and I can take that right off, and then you are all set to go. This image is now good to go for printing. The only thing to keep in mind is that you want to wait for it to completely dry. You want to do this in a well-ventilated space. This will smell a little bit like acetone for a little while, but not too bad and not for too long. Don't try to immediately start carving this, because if you do, and even if you just kind of like run a Sharpie over this, something like that, you'll notice that it will sort of like put cuts into the block. And the acetone basically has sort of degraded the surface a little bit right now. If you wait for it to evaporate, then you'll be totally good to go. So just leave it alone for about 10 minutes before you start carving, and you will be all set to get going with this. This is an excellent method for transferring images that are a little bit too complex for you to just like draw in one place and then hand draw onto the block. Any image can be transferred if you just print it correctly with that toner and use acetone to do that transfer. I hope this was helpful. Thank you very much.